No politics. Absolutely no politics at all.
None.
Just straight up nonsense, Devin. We are back
Yep.
though. We are here. And speaking of nonsense, you got me, you got Devin. We got plenty of things to discuss today, including March Madness. I don't know if you.
Is there much to discuss?
I don't know if you noticed what was going on in March Madness and the Elite Eight, but just a little bit to cover in there. We had the UFL go by their first week. Like 100 fans maybe in total were in the stands.
No.
Scattered across the 4 stadiums. Okay, DC had fans, but besides that.
DC's got fans, brother.
Besides that, we got somebody who's getting a lot of trade rumors, and we are bringing back, Devin, the road to the Super Bowl. Something that I want to say maybe last offseason. I don't even think we did a big road to Super Bowl last offseason. But from watching old pods, I was watching some old episodes, and I noticed the year before last, we were doing a lot of road to the Super Bowl. So I'm bringing that back, a refined version of road to the Super Bowl. Obviously, some guest the athlete. But Devin, what's up?
So
I don't even know. I don't know what to get into. I mean, we can talk about the Gators moving on to the Final Four.
How about the selection people picking it right, dude? 4 1 seeds.
I will say, I mean, like, I don't know if it's good, but like I'm like barely under 75% on my board.
Damn, I wish I did one.
I wouldn't say that's too bad. I mean, what?
No,
75%. It's like 73.9. So
there's no more perfect brackets, right?
There's no way. There's no way.
There can't be. I think it was in the round of 32. There were like 2 left, or maybe in the Sweet 16 there were 2 left.
And maybe this is a dumb question, but has there ever been?
No, the closest was someone made it into the Elite 8.
But there's never in the whole entire world of. I wonder how good. I'm sure they've been doing that the past couple of years. Like how good like AI has been at doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I'm sure even there.
But I looked up like the probability of getting a perfect bracket. Like how many different fucking outcomes could there be? It was in the fucking. It was beyond trillions. I don't even know what.
Yeah. If it's something that even AI is like, it's gonna be a while. Like
it's gonna take a little bit.
Like it's gonna take us years to get one of these right.
I might need a few computers to handle that.
That is kind of crazy, but man, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching that Elite 8 game. Gators taking on the Rangers.
The Texas
the Rangers. Texas Tech Rangers. Is that what they are?
No.
I get that wrong?
Raiders.
Whatever.
Raiders.
Guess what? They were up
Rangers.
10. They were up 10 with about 6 or 7 minutes left and still lost. So they can be the Raiders, the Raging Cajuns. They can be the
Razorbacks.
The Razorbacks. They anything but the Ravens. But I'll tell you what. Gators moving on to the Final Four. I know I said what I said about not caring about Duke. Now watching them against Bama was like, ooh, not Bama. Whoever they were playing, the other SEC team.
It was Alabama.
It was Bama. See, bro, I'm mixing all these SEC schools up. Bama, because then I'm thinking we gotta play. I was thinking about Auburn, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, SEC absolutely running.
So y'all got Auburn and Duke has Houston.
Yeah.
Fire.
Duke has Houston. So, Gators versus Duke. The University of Duke.
The University of Duke. And I think what I've realized is like, I was listening to that clip today because it was funny. Like if it's a state, it's like the University of that state.
Of Florida. But it's
of Maryland, of
state
Wyoming.
State schools are university last.
Like what?
Like Florida State University? Or
sure.
It's not the University of Florida State.
No. It's Ohio State University.
What about Tech? What are Techs?
Texas.
Georgia Tech University, Texas Tech University. Yeah. TTU.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Those sound right. Okay,
not UTT.
But then if it's a...
But then there's like Duke or Brown or Rice or fucking any of that shit. Temple University.
What about Rutgers?
Rutgers University, not the University of Rutgers. No one knows what a Rutgers is.
Okay, so if they move on and they face the Gators in national
But then
championship,
there's UConn. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
yeah,
University
UConn,
of Connecticut.
University of Connecticut. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
UF.
UMass.
UMass.
But then there's Boston University or
then there's
Harvard University.
But then there's Ole Miss.
That's just the University of Mississippi.
But they just call it Ole Miss.
Which there's a never mind. I'm not going to bring that up.
Yeah, probably not. But Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, no, state schools, university last.
And everyone's probably like, you guys are fucking dimwits, dude.
No, not really, because when you think about it, it's like Duke University.
I just found out babies can't drink water. So,
bro,
I might be fucking stupid as shit.
Before I had a kid, I didn't know babies couldn't drink water.
I thought like milk was the food and like you had to give them water like a dog.
I'm thinking they can drink water. I'm thinking if I accidentally drop a crumb or something and they eat it, it'd be okay.
Gobble up a little goldfish,
you know, maybe. Well, it's like they say don't give a dog chocolate, but like you can give a dog chocolate.
Dude, I looked it up one time. My fucking 50-pound dog would have to eat a pound of chocolate to die.
Yeah.
It's
Dogs
like,
gotta eat a lot of chocolate. Dogs gotta eat a lot of onion. It's like they don't just eat one. But no, I looked it up. It's like a couple ounces of water, you might have to call poison control.
The fuck? It's crazy.
For babies, that's the problem, bro. Newborn babies, they're like it's like it's not even like taking care of an old person. Cause like at least an old person is like no, but like when an old person sleeps, they're gonna like sleep for like a minute, like a while.
Yeah.
Like not a minute, not a literal minute, but a real minute, like a long minute.
A brick.
Like you won't have to feed them, every couple hours or whatever.
Now, like sometimes old people scream, and that's not they'll scream and cry, and that's weird.
Like if you want to go dementia or Alzheimer's, like the baby's just as confused. You know? He's like, who are y'all? What is going on? Whatever. It's like, it's close, but it's like, I don't know. It's just it's a walking. Oh, it's not a walking. It's a stationary hazard. Basically a stationary safety hazard.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Don't sniff on him.
But it's like wash your hands.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you have to wash your hands before you do or after you do anything.
Yeah,
and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like I'm disgusting, but still, I mean,
no, yeah,
it's just
you can't get sick around the baby. Otherwise,
I feel like
also don't give the baby honey. Botulism.
Okay, didn't
don't
know
give
that.
honey to babies.
I'll put my beehive away.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like
I'll put my beehive away too.
I feel like Howie Mandel. Like I just fist bumps all around, bro. Don't touch me. For real? I mean, I can't.
I'm a big fist bump guy. But
I'm almost back to 2020. Anyways.
You ever measure out 6 feet from somebody?
No.
It's a disgusting distance.
No,
there is too close to somebody, but 6 feet is way too. You can't have a conversation at 6 feet. Everyone in the world could hear your conversation if you're 6 feet away.
Absolutely, and I mean 6
I
feet.
say way too many bad things to be 6 feet away from someone and speak to them.
It'd be like if you both sat at the end of like a cookout table, like a fold-out table. Like
that would be a good way to end racism.
No,
I don't know if it worked.
I will say,
you can't whisper the N-word if you're 6 feet away from somebody.
What is wrong with you?
No, I'm just thinking of like racist people. It's like if you're 6 feet away, it's tough to be like quietly racist.
You think socially distancing would help?
I think it helped with public racism a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna fully disagree on that one.
Why? You can't hide it.
I don't think it really did anything. Here. I'll counter that. I'll counter that argument, Devin. I think people who needed social distance to not be racist were probably already socially distancing from said race that they were not.
No, I know, but like,
fan of.
What if you're around someone who like is normal and doesn't like hearing like a racist like?
Okay.
You're not going to be shouting it.
Okay, so you're saying, yeah, but then it's just like, okay, so All right. No, I don't know. I don't really think it helped. I'm just gonna disagree on that.
It may have helped. You never
Back
know.
to what were we talking about? Newborns, Duke
Yeah,
University. What were we talking about? But no,
Final Four.
If the Gators and Duke face each other in the national championship, and the Gators win, they will be changed to the University of Duke moving forward.
The University of Dookie.
Well,
shits.
I mean, sure. If we wanna be
Diarrhea
funny,
poopy shits.
if we wanna be frat house funny, we can do that.
Sure.
But
But no,
so,
yeah, I mean, University of Duke doesn't roll off the tongue, but UD, Udonis Haslam.
UD, which is a Gator. So there you go.
What the hell does that mean?
He's a Gator. So
It's a type of Gator?
it all came back to the University of Florida.
UD?
Yes.
It's a type of Gator.
He played for the Florida Gators.
Oh! I thought you were calling. We are the dumbest people.
No, this is the dumbest podcast ever, but I'm saying it was Gators versus Duke, and then I said Duke University, and you said
And
UD,
I said
Udonis Haslam, and I said he was a Gator, so it was full circle.
And I was like, what the fuck's a UD?
No, yeah,
Is that a type of Gator? I thought you were a fucking Gator nerd because you live in Florida. I was about to slap you for bringing up a type of species of
I'm not
Gator. I was like, I thought it was just Gator.
I'm not a reptile guy, and those people are like they're on the top of my like list.
Don't come near me list?
Yeah, like they're definitely top of my list. If you're a reptile, like if you have like 18 like cases in your house,
dude. If you got snakes, fuck away from me.
Well, so like okay,
don't talk to me if you have a snake in your home.
Bro, but it's just like them chicks who just got like 20 snakes in their house. It's like what?
And they just like,
why? What are we doing? Are you just bringing home mice to feed them? It's like I'm just not. I don't know. That's not my cup of tea. I'll say that. But you know what my cup of tea was this weekend?
Tea.
The UFL. The UFL
Did you enjoy?
happened. All right. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be very clear about how I feel about the UFL for now. Because we were talking about the quality of football and just how engaging it would really be.
Yeah.
So I unbiasedly watched all 4 games, and as I watched them, all 4 of them, when good football was being played, or should I say competitive football being played, because I will say it's like the quality of balls thrown by the quarterbacks just at that from that standpoint alone.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there are a lot more just like incompletions or interceptions or just like easy, plays fucked up.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, I don't know. I can watch a competitive 12U football game if they can figure it out at some point. But, okay, for instance, like the first 2 games, it was St. Louis and Houston, 31-6.
Fire.
Houston got absolutely shitted on in an empty Texas football stadium. So
that's awesome.
It was like, all right, whatever. Arlington versus San Antonio, another blowout, 33-9. And I just think it's hilarious that out of all the teams in Texas, Arlington has the best football team.
Which is the Dallas area,
I think so.
Dallas-Fort Worth area?
You're the geography guy.
I think the Cowboy Stadium is in Arlington.
I thought it was in Fort Worth, Texas.
No, it's the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but it's Arlington is where the stadium is.
Whatever. Michigan versus Memphis, though, because then the Sunday games hit. It was Michigan versus Memphis and D.C. versus Birmingham. So Michigan versus Memphis, that's when I was really locked in because we had us a good – it was a good game. I mean, it was engaging. I was watching it. It was back and forth, and it was Memphis was down a touchdown with about a minute left, and they're going down the field. And I'm like, all right, like no matter what league, no matter what level, if you have a touchdown game, a game where there is a minute left, and the team that has the ball needs a touchdown, you're engaged.
Yes.
You're gonna.
That is true.
You're sitting down, you're sitting up, and you're watching. And I was sitting there watching, and then boom, they throw a pick 6, and I'm just laughing my ass off because it's like it was like this. It could have been the best comeback ever, or the best, game-winning drive ever. But then he just throws the biggest, and I mean, it was like as he's turning around, getting sacked, just launches it up for
Oh,
absolutely
God.
no reason. I mean, just
Thought he was Fitzmagic.
like a Will Levis throw. Just like, what
Sure.
are we doing? But
Yeah.
it's like if every time they threw, it was a bad Will Levis throw.
Really?
Yeah, kind of, almost. But it's like, oh, he completed it. That was shocking.
Yeah.
But it was cool. But then we got the game of the week,
Mm.
DC versus Birmingham, and Devin, I might have to hop on the wagon with you.
Where is Birmingham, Mikey?
Fuck off,
Okay.
UK.
Sure.
I will say, I might have to hop on the wagon with you.
Yes.
I might have to hop on the wagon because look,
Yes.
DC, they had a great defense. The defense was like this was like the first time out of all the 4 games where it was like, I don't know, either side of the ball you could really notice a serious impact.
You could notice plays.
And that's what I saw on the defensive side of the ball for DC. And then Bro Everest, like, I'm not gonna lie, tried to track down names. I'm still struggling on some names, but I'll figure them out. Bro playing receiver on DC was an absolute baller. DC's quarterback as well, just like the other ones, kind of shaky, kind of
Sure.
scary. Still, but that's the thing though. It's kind of like Madden on arcade mode. It's like
Yeah.
every throw is kind of up for grabs. We have
good.
no clue where it's going. But I
like
mean,
it is like, and even in the UFL, like the games I watched last year, it was worse than college in just the way that like an offense was run.
yeah,
It was so sloppy, and then it would be like DC, they had a few running quarterbacks. So they would just take off, or just throw fucking straight hospital balls.
yeah. See, but it's like, luckily though, from what I've seen in the UF, I mean, it's obviously just a week, but I'm thinking like, all right, you're cutting the fat a little bit, not having 2 spring leagues, because remember they had the USFL and the XFL, and they combined. Because that was obviously way too much. There's not enough talent to spread.
Well, they
out
ran staggered. Like it was either the XFL or the USFL, and then it was the other season after that.
Yeah, it was pointless. It was
didn't make
pointless.
any
So
sense.
I'm thinking like, from what I've seen, it's like, I don't know, players. I just feel like when you're in that league, maybe they have an agreement, or maybe they all have the same mindset of like, look, we're not making NFL money. Let's not end each other's careers.
True.
And I do kind of get that vibe where it's like, I don't really see anything where it's like Darby off the Lions, that one hit that it cracked me up. I just watched the clip. It was
the Stafford thing.
Yeah, when Stafford's like, that's a good hit, but you're dirty as shit.
You're dirty as
shit.
I've seen
nothing like
dirty as a
nothing
motherfucker.
like that. I haven't seen anything like that yet.
I saw one big hit.
Yeah, I mean, big
Was
hit.
that San Antonio?
A big hit. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. Like the dude lost his helmet, cracked it.
It's like watching. It was like watching football in an alternate universe, because I will say, like, names do matter.
Yeah.
But it's not even just stars. It's like hearing names around the league all year, and then you might catch a glimpse of somebody week 9 out of nowhere going crazy, and then the next year, oh, he's the starter for this team, and then it's like, I remember bro from the Chargers last year. Now he's on the Jets or whatever. It's like you put things together, but then with this like UFL, these rosters, I was trying to find like someone or something,
Sure.
but after this first week, I saw some ballers, obviously, on DC and on Arlington as well. They're running back. I mean, I was like, all right, like, just learn the names in a couple weeks, and maybe I'll be a little more interested in them and figure it out. But
True.
It's just, I know nobody. I think Puka's brother is in that league.
Oh, really? Nice.
I
know he played. I thought he was in the league.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I saw Nakua, and then bro looked just like him, and I was like, that's gotta be.
I know his brother plays and is good at something.
I was like, that's gotta be his brother. Michigan Panthers, yeah, okay. His brother plays for the Michigan Panthers.
But no, I mean, I think really the only way for a league like this to survive long term, like without like big hits and we do this and we do that and all this, and we're in untapped markets, which they're not, for the
They're
most part.
not.
But no, I think they need to like have people transition from the XFL to the NFL or the UFL to the NFL. Like they have to have like young guys who didn't make it
Oh,
turn into NFL players.
see, I'm a bitch. Okay, both Nakua brothers, they're both on Michigan's team, and like I said, that game ended with a game-winning. Not a game. It didn't end with a game-winning pick six, but it ended with a pick six. Who was fucking Kai Nakua?
Really?
Safety. Kai Nakua active throughout the Panthers' first game. Memphis quarterback Troy Williams had just found wide receiver Jonathan Adams for 38 yards. Michigan's 22-yard line as they looked to mount a game-tying drive. On the next throw, Kai intercepted Perkins and returned the pick for an 80-yard touchdown. I didn't even realize it was Nakua who scored. I only peeped the receiver Nakua, but yeah, both Nakuas, both on. So there we go. I'm locked in with Michigan. I'm interested now.
Now we got two Nakuas.
There's a Nakua on both sides of the ball for Michigan.
The Michigan Mormons, brother.
There you go. I'm a little more interested just knowing that fact.
You think Equanimous is gonna be on that team? St. Brown.
Oh, why? What?
Huh?
Where is he?
I don't know.
I was gonna say I don't know.
I thought he was a Bear.
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. But anyways,
last I heard, he wasn't very good.
To wrap up the UFL talk, I mean, I'm interested. I didn't put too much like expectation. I kind of was like, almost was like, hey, if all 4 games are blowouts, hopefully there's a couple highlights from the game. But Sunday gave us the best lineup of the 2 games, and they were interesting, and they both came down to the end of the game, and I don't know. I enjoyed them. But moving on from that, we got some trade rumors. Somebody who, at the very end of the season, like right away, it was like, oh, he's getting traded. He was it seemed like he was implying that he wanted out. Didn't really have anything great to say about his own quarterback.
Receiver?
Yeah, so apparently Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah.
He might just get traded. There's some rumors.
It's such a Tyreek thing to, like, say I want to get traded, stop talking about, or, like, go back on what you said, and then not talk about it for 6 months, and then now you want to get fucking traded.
So, yeah, no, he's giving out some cryptic tweets and whatnot.
All his tweets are cryptic. His reading isn't great.
I feel...
I'm joking. I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
I would say
read one page of a Harry Potter book.
I would say bro probably has been wanting out since the season ended. I don't think anything changed.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he's wanted out since he's arrived and has kind of just thugged it out for the money.
I think
and living in Miami.
I think once it was obvious that Tua was a liability, he was like, well,
yeah.
It's like, no matter how mean you feel about how good Tua is, like on a great day, it's like say he still puts Tua on that pedestal.
Yeah,
it's still like, yeah, he's good, but one hit and he's gone.
Skylar Thompson.
It's 800 yards a season.
True.
So Tyreek Hill, obviously the trade rumors are flying around, so we got to talk to landing spots. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different teams that I think could possibly end up trading for him. The first, the most obvious, because this is their last chance. This is their last chance, Devin. This is it. This is the last time they can even attempt to get a receiver to really make this offense scary, lethal. The Chargers.
Yeah. Ooh.
The Chargers.
There was all that receiver talk we talked to them, and they got nothing.
They have done absolutely nothing.
This would be such a Charger thing, though, to just snag a fucking fat receiver late.
I mean,
late in the trade game. Let everything fizzle out, and then Reek pops back up and goes, "I need to get traded."
Because they're part of the road to the Super Bowl discussion later. But the Chargers, I mean, they made moves for their O-line. They made moves at running back. All they need to do is add one receiver, one reliable wide receiver, open it up for Ladd. I believe they picked up, make sure I get this right. Oh, that's Denver, never mind. But either way, sorry about that. No. Actually, no, I'm tripping. I'm a bitch. Conklin. Picked up Conklin from New York. So they did add bro at tight end. So it's just, make the receiving game absolutely lethal in LA and let them trade for Tyreek. I think that's their last chance. If they don't make this move, then they're rocking out with Ladd and Mike Williams. They brought Mike Williams back. So
Mike Will's back.
They brought Mike Williams back, which I guess that's the receiver
the Jets.
I guess that's the receiver they wanted. Yeah, he spent some time in Pittsburgh too, yeah?
Yeah.
But I guess they wanted him back. I mean, I'm taking Mike over Quentin Johnson. But I mean, if
just from a being able to catch a football standpoint, but
it's just like
being healthy, being fast.
I mean, maybe in some world, if like in reality, if Quentin Johnson just like caught the footballs thrown to him,
he'd be pretty fucking decent.
Like he'd be worth it. Like he'd be pretty reliable. Like that's the only problem. It's not that these receivers.
It is the funniest thing about like Kadarius Toney and Quentin Johnson. It's like, no, these guys are fucking insane.
Yeah. It's not that they're not. It's not that they're not good at football. They're just not reliable wide receiver ones.
No.
And the reason I say Ladd is also not a reliable wide receiver one is just because he's a rookie and you don't 100% know. I mean, you don't want to put all your eggs in a second-year wide receiver basket. Yeah, for sure. You throw someone like Tyreek on the other side of that field. Come on, bro. Dude. I mean, it's obvious. But another team, and I say this every episode, I'm only putting them in because other conversations they've been brought up.
Mm-hmm.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore.
So
the oldest fucking receiver lineup ever.
So they'll obviously not make a move like this because, why would the Baltimore Ravens make a move for a receiver that, still has some prime left in them? That's just never been a thing they do.
You guys are gonna get Tyreek.
No.
In 3 years.
Yeah. We'll get Tyreek in about 3 years. So
this is Tyreek's last real trade, and then it's like, oh well, now you're just old.
Yeah. Because Dez Bryant, Deshaun Jackson, DeAndre Hopkins. We just signed guys who might just Odell. We just signed guys who might not have it anymore. So no, I don't think we'll make the move for Tyreek Hill. But if we did make the move for Tyreek Hill, and there was a world where Lamar Jackson had Derrick Henry in the backfield and was throwing to Tyreek Hill, Mark Andrews, likely Zay.
Dude, imagine the team Tennessee could have had
if they just got a quarterback.
D-Hop, AJ, Henry. You can throw in a Tyreek. Maybe they catch a trade for Tyreek. It's a wild team, dude.
Bro, if Tennessee just figured out how to get a quarterback in there, they would have been D-Hop.
If they were like,
AJ Brown.
maybe Tannehill fucking sucks balls.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Figure something out. That's not Will Levis or Malik Willis.
That is hilarious. But no, he's obviously not going to Baltimore. But I will say, if he did, there'd be no more excuses. This would be, the Ravens have to get it done. They would have to.
Yeah.
You don't make that move and then it's like, you lose, you shit the bed again in the playoffs. You just can't. There's literally no more excuses.
No, and I mean, on paper, that would make you guys almost unguardable.
I mean, Devin, it would be one of the greatest offenses of all time, if we're going to be honest. Because already Lamar and Derrick Henry, it's one of the best backfields we've ever seen. You throw in Tyreek Hill in that receiving core, I mean, that's...
No matter how old they are, It's
Well, no,
insane.
Tyreek still got it.
No, of
Tyreek
course.
still
Derek
got
still
it. Tyreek's
got
about
it.
to go race Noah Lyles. Like, Tyreek still
Exactly.
got it.
No, he's good.
Tyreek absolutely still got it. Put up over 800 yards last year with all the bullshit going on in Miami. Like, he still got it.
Yeah.
D-Hop has fallen off a cliff. I mean, I'm just being honest.
He might have a little bit.
And if he comes back polished and healthy, I would love to be wrong about DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, exactly.
But I just don't think it's going to happen.
And you say that about every trade or every old pickup or whatever it may be, and you're usually correct. Just about all the time.
Yeah, not all the time, but it's like I don't know. I don't want to. The problem is you got a mix of like oblivious Ravens fans who, like, no matter how old they are, how washed they are, they're like, this is a great pickup and the Ravens really know how to use them. It's like, okay, maybe on the defensive side of the ball we know how to use a Kyle Van Noy.
Sure.
Like, maybe we know how to take veterans and put them on the other side, and we're great at that on defense. Actually, I mean, even going all the way back to like Rod Woodson, it's like, no, we can get vets and throw them on.
But even like Calais, JPP, Earl Thomas.
I mean, it's like, no, we can.
Eric Weddle.
Eric fucking Weddle. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, no, it's like we could figure it out. But I mean, it's just like on the offensive side of the ball, when has it ever been even? I don't know. Like, when have they ever even used it? I mean, Deshaun Jackson, no. Des Bryant, no.
Nope.
Fucking Odell, absolutely not.
Fuck
I think he had like one good slant route, and everybody was like, he's back.
He caught. No, he caught a slant and then busted it for like 60, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, prime Odell." Yeah, and he's like, "My ankle hurts. I think I'm done."
Yeah, no. And where is he now? Is he still sitting in Miami, or is he a free agent?
Probably a free agent.
I don't even.
He's not getting signed to more than a year deal. So
now, this team, I will say, I think the chances of them trading for him is probably higher than the first two we've talked about. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, bro. When he left, when he left, there were no. It wasn't no. I'm gonna walk out mid game and take my shoulder pads off. It wasn't bad. It wasn't some bad blood. It wasn't, because here's the thing. It's like Tyreek. It's like, yeah, there's certain situations where, you know, maybe you got released or maybe you did some shit and got cut, but it's like Tyreek pretty much did all the things a player could get in trouble for. And
nothing happened.
And the Chiefs were like, it's okay. Like, you're really good at football, so you can stay. And they kind of both need each other. Kansas City, like I said, they've been pretty cocky with their lack of moves this offseason.
Yes.
And, you know, out of all the receivers they could rely on or could bring in, why not bring in the receiver that has probably the best chemistry out of any receiver in the NFL with Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Like, why not do that? Why not? Because here's the thing.
I mean, it's a shame that they were ever broken up. That Tyreek really thought that fucking taxes, money, all that was cool. But you know, I mean, the Chiefs definitely need. They've been missing that spark ever since. I mean, the few years after they still had it, but the past 2 years they've been missing.
Bro, and
real explosive offense.
And it would be crazy explosive. I mean, it would be. It'd be Xavier Worthy next to Tyreek Hill with Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, it would be a crazy, and it's like, look, if we got confidence in whatever Travis Kelce has left in the gas tank, the Chiefs got to have enough confidence in what Tyreek has left.
Hell yeah, they do, dude.
They have to. So, like I said, they both need each other. They both have that. I mean, they have history, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up back in Kansas City. I think if the only reason that doesn't happen is if Miami's like, there's no way we're sending you back to Kansas City.
Yeah. I mean, and this is all up to Miami, but I wouldn't want to see it either.
I wouldn't love it.
But yeah, hopefully they send him to the Panthers or somebody. But no, like I want to see Tyreek on a contending team again. And
yeah, see, I don't think Miami would make a spiteful move, but I think Miami. I mean, here's the thing: the same way all these teams are like, man, fuck the tush push. I think a lot of these teams are like, man, fuck the Chiefs. We're not giving you Tyreek Hill.
For real,
like
true.
The Browns, like, no, I
or
think they
we're
would
not
have.
trading with you.
The Browns, I think, would have given Myles Garrett to the Bengals or the Ravens before they gave him to the Chiefs.
It's fair.
And
yeah,
I think Miami would do the same thing.
Miami would rather give him to the Pats.
So this is another team.
Diggs,
well, the Pats still got a bunch of money. So I mean that's definitely. But I just don't think.
Shit,
y'all do. But I think the same thing. I think the same thing goes for Washington and New England. I think your moves for Diggs, the moves y'all made at receiver, I think are the moves y'all made at receiver.
Yeah, I mean, with like maybe the Pats, yes, and it sounds stupid to say that Washington can't use Tyreek Hill, but I like the way our offense is set up.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, everyone could throw in a Tyreek Hill into their offense and still be all right, but
and it'd be great.
I don't want to give up anything. If we are giving up anything, the more I talk about it, like I kind of wouldn't mind Tyreek at all. And with the fucking Pats, it's like, oh, you got Steph, but then you have fucking the Mario Douglas and Kendrick Bourne or some shit. It's like you can use Tyreek, but I do expect Tyreek to go to a team that has not yet made a receiver move.
Yeah, or at least
an impactful one.
Yeah, like Diop.
Yeah, exactly.
Now this team I've seen on a lot of different, articles or just, I guess, teams that could be in the conversation with Tyreek Hill. And I know you're not gonna like it at all. I don't think many people would. Dallas.
Damn, I forget about Dallas, dude.
And let me say why.
Dirty.
And this is how I look at it. To me, look, I get it. Jerry might love Dak, but maybe you can you can give a window to Dak.
Yeah.
All right, this is your last chance.
Ultimatum.
Not this year, but like like your contract. You're gonna play this contract out, and you're gonna give everything you got to win a Super Bowl, and we're gonna try to get anything we can to help you. Last hurrah for Dak Prescott. You got CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill for the final years of his prime. You got absolutely no more excuses. The NFC East is getting way too good to where even with the move like this, they're still probably going to end up being a wild card team.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's another thing.
This isn't equivalent to. I don't think it's as big as a Saquon move. No. And Dallas is not in the position to where they're a Tyreek away from leading the division.
But if they make that move, it's like that's the type of move you got to make when you're looking at like
if you're looking at going all in.
Washington jumped over Dallas.
Big?
Even if obviously yes, Dallas was nowhere near full form last season, but they got to be worried enough to be like, look, we got to make some moves because these fuckers are getting better and better and better. Philly just won a Super Bowl. Washington won 12 games last year.
In
Dallas,
the NFC Championship.
Dallas needs to do something.
Fucking booty stink. But,
Giants suck, but...
I honestly think that the Giants are in a better position than the Cowboys are. Long term.
You sure?
Fucking... What?
What's long term?
You're paying Dak $60 million a year to do nothing and to get injured.
Yeah, but someone's going to pay Brock Purdy the same amount. So, I mean, that's whatever. But
you got a young Malik, and then you got stuff to build off of. But all your money's not tied up in 3 players. You have a young Malik, and that's it. Bros, come on. Let's not pick this time to act like we know how cap space works. They'll have money. It's the Cowboys. Sure, but they'll figure it out. Use it to build a team. But the fact that they still obviously have a quarterback, they have CeeDee Lamb, they have Micah Parsons. Yeah. Like they're not the Giants. No, they're not. They're not the Giants. And long term, I mean next 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10. Hey. Oh, but a year or two from now. Why am I caping for the Giants? Well, yeah, no, I don't understand. Malik's going to want out after next season. after this season. Yeah.
I mean, you really think he's gonna stick around after a couple more? I think a couple years from now, he's on a different roster for sure.
He won it out after week 1.
Yeah.
Every post game was like, yeah, we are not a good team. This sucks.
I mean, every player's happy to get drafted, but I guarantee you, Malik Neighbors was like, "Damn, the Giants, we are gonna be true."
There's a difference between, like, personally, as someone who like could have made the NFL. Completely joking, not a fucking chance. Never even played a snap of real football in my life.
I tried.
We all try, but
I tried.
Fuck, it's tough, dude.
No, I tried to convince you, but anyway.
Oh, to play? Oh, yeah.
I come on. I tell the world I tried to make you a mean DB. I was like,
damn,
bro, you go out there.
I would have been the first fucking Windy and Deeb. That sucks.
Bro, come on. But what's up?
But no, I would rather be like there's the people who are like, holy shit, I got drafted. And then it's like, holy fuck, I'm going to the fucking Panthers or the Giants. But like if you're drafted 5th round by the Panthers, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm white. I just got drafted. It's nice.
I guess. I mean, I thought you were going more like, I'd rather like get drafted in the 5th round to like the Bills than
as that is possible as well. Yeah, you get drafted to the Chiefs.
1st round to the Giants as
in the 7th round. Yeah,
like that would suck.
Yeah, no, I'd rather. Yeah, but that's it comes with being good at football.
Yeah, but it's almost a shame. Like when you really think about it, it's like
You'd almost rather be like the second or third best in your position.
You'd rather be maybe fourth or fifth, like middle of the road.
Well, I mean, if you're like the third best receiver, like
you can fall to 30,
you'll
32.
Drop. Yeah, you'll drop because I mean, you're going to drop or like running back. If you're the second best running back, I mean, you're going to a contender.
Be a third round pick, dude.
You're going to. I'm telling you, whoever gets drafted, like if it's Genty, then Bo's going to a contender. If it's Bo first, then Genty's going to a straight contender.
Yeah, Genty's going to a contender.
It's going to be straight contendership, even though
for real,
I'm still calling it and punching it in. Early running back this year, Genty 6 to Vegas. Still calling my
6 to Vegas.
Still calling my shot for Genty to Vegas, but
I like it.
We'll see. Denver.
Oh.
The Denver Broncos. I'm
not
gonna lie. Every AFC West team is on this list because Denver. I mean, look, Cortland Sutton is cool, but
I mean, their team, their offense that they've got set up now, it's not bad. Bo did well last year.
Well, their defense is fantastic.
Their defense is very good. Their offense did well enough. It didn't put up a ton of points, but I think Tyreek would bring them to another level, but again, I don't know if that level is to the level that where Tyreek wants to be, which is winning a Super Bowl. I don't think that brings him into the upperist.
No, but like I think Tyreek to Denver makes them more contenders than like if he went to New England.
For sure.
I think, and I think just at least to keep up with expectations that are now set for Denver going into next year. A move like Tyreek Hill, you make that, you got that lockdown defense already and just make that offense a little more explosive and or just explosive in general. A Tyreek Hill move would be absolutely crazy. Another team that needs a receiver bad. Houston Texans.
Houston needs one so fucking bad and they got nothing.
Diggs walked, and it's like I don't understand it. I know them taxes got to be brutal up there compared to Texas.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, massive poop shit's taxes are fucking insane.
Like it's got to be.
I guess you can live in fucking the whole fucking Northeast is insane.
Yeah, everything up there is kind of nuts. So the bag chasing was kind of crazy for Diggs, but because I really thought he was going to stay in Houston, but he walked. So we're looking.
I mean, I thought they would have had a shot at Cooper. I thought they would have had a shot at few other guys, but
so what we're looking at?
No Tank Dell.
No, so Tank out.
Nico.
So looking at Nico and Christian Kirk.
They get somebody else.
That's a good question. Maybe
Braxton
I don't know.
Berrios.
They could. But never mind. They don't need Tyreek Hill.
Little white boy, dude. Yeah, they're so sad, dude.
Come on now. They need Tyreek Hill.
Or we could team up Tyreek and Braxton Berrios again. Braxton, why is he in the league? What does he do? I don't know what he does.
I mean, he's a
Is
cool...
he one of just the little white receivers?
Yeah, no, he's a cool,
return.
Slot guy, wide receiver 3, just a little, run me a little dig, run me a little return route or something.
Sure.
Just run me a little us. He's cool. But it's if that's one of the top guys we're going in with in training camp, it's like maybe we need to trade for Tyreek Hill. Like Tyreek Hill, and it's not just maybe we need to trade for Tyreek Hill. Maybe we should trade for Tyreek Hill that wants to wants out.
Yeah.
Like they're not maybe going out of their way to just trade for any top-notch receiver, but Tyreek wants out.
Mutual.
Make the move. The final team, and like I said, we got every AFC West team on this list. We got Vegas.
The Raiders. The Texas Tech Raiders.
So the Raiders, this is the only reason I put them on this list, because me personally, I think it'd be a terrible move for his career. It'd be a big old waste of time. You might as well stay in Miami if you wanted to go play with Vegas.
Yeah.
But Vegas is clearly confident. They obviously came out. I mean, the move for Pete Carroll, the move for Geno. It's like obviously they don't, like Pete Carroll said, he has no expectations for a grace period. They want to win.
They're expected to go try to win games.
If they're in this mode where they think they can win now, kind of like New England and Chicago, it's like they gotta keep up with them first. You know what I mean? If they're not even keeping up with the moves that New England and Chicago are making this offseason to be better next year, I mean, just bringing in Geno and having absolutely no Can you name a Raider receiver?
Renfro? Where is he?
I don't know. Getting a free agent?
Hunter's still there.
No. Is he? No. Where is he at? Update on possible Hunter Renfro signing. It's no secret the Vegas needs a receiver, but with options limited in free agency, the team recently brought in Hunter Renfro for a visit. Yeah, no, Hunter Renfro wasn't on. He's a former Pro Bowl and still just 29. He could return to form in the right situation.
Damn. I thought he was nice.
He wasn't. When did let me look up his exact stats and when, because I think it was just last year he wasn't on their roster, I believe. I don't think it was.
Okay.
2023 was his last season.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like exactly.
Could I name a Raiders receiver?
Exactly, Devin. Like exactly. Trade for Tyreek Hill, please.
Devontae left last year.
Out.
You know one?
You can't do it. Dude, I did research on their team before the podcast and can't remember.
Dude.
I did research and can't remember.
Amari Cooper.
You're so wrong.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah. You were joking, right?
I am.
Okay. I was gonna say I would have like called a doctor for you if your mind was like 10 years behind.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be a problem.
Not really, actually. That'd kind of suck, but
I don't know. You'd be like,
if all my sports knowledge was 10 years behind, that'd be pretty dope.
It is.
Fuck. Shit. Especially when it comes to like basketball and shit, dude. I still talk about Paul Pierce.
You're like, bro, what is it? How is John Wall playing this year?
Yeah, how's fucking
is John Wall hooping or what? But no, see,
David Ortiz doing?
But no. A move to Vegas would be an absolute waste of time. I mean,
yeah. For Tyreek,
for Tyreek. But what? But like I said, it's that type of move would help them keep up with a team like New England.
Yeah.
Who are like trying, but I don't even know if they're touching New England. If that's if we're going, we're going team for team.
It depends on what like Pete Carroll's got cooking over there. Like I don't know what the fuck they got going on. Clearly,
you taking Drake over Tyreek? Are you taking Drake over Geno?
I mean, obviously long term, yeah. But
no,
I mean,
next season, are you taking Drake over Geno?
Yes. I think if Geno was still a Seahawk, it's more of a conversation.
Maybe. I think just off of just who's better already. I mean, I don't know. I think Drake's gonna be even better next year. and Geno has a terrible roster compared to what he had in Seattle.
Brutal.
Remember what I said, bro? Seattle, they were the kings of the system quarterback for a good decade.
Yeah.
With Russ and
it's so funny how we never. It wasn't like we never realized it, but it took Russ playing horrible football for us to be like, no, Russ is a system quarterback.
And then
what he did was not that special.
Because then what did Russ do last year?
Won games with a great system fucking for quarterbacks.
Made the playoffs with a team who's made for system quarterbacks.
Exactly.
It's like that's what, and the fact that he went to the Giants, I mean, he knows
the opposite of what he needs. He's gonna get fully exposed.
Yeah, he knows it must be. I mean, it's the same thing with Denver. It's like, bro, suck. But you're playing on a shitty team.
But the thing is, at least he fleeced the fuck out of Denver and got the fattest bag ever.
He did. He did.
He's making nothing in New York. He's running off pure unlimited fun.
I don't get the New York move at all. I don't know what. I don't know. I mean, it's just
his wife could like
go to Fashion Week, but I
go
think
to
Russell
Fashion
Wilson.
Week is exactly what I was gonna say.
I mean, Russell Wilson, from what I saw, he wanted to be a Steeler. I think even going to the Browns for him, he would have been in a better chance to win games.
I think so.
Maybe they just weren't offering better money than what the Giants were offering.
But now Malik Neighbors has to catch passes from Russ, which isn't terrible.
Russell Wilson or Jameis.
Damn, I love this. Yeah, that's honestly fuck Russ, dude.
Jameis just beats Russell Wilson in training camp for the starter spot.
That'd be awesome. Never,
That'd be great.
Never ever gonna happen. But
I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
It'd be awesome.
Just beats him in training camp. Russell Wilson gets benched while making more money.
I think Russ could get benched mid-season though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like the Giants have absolutely nothing to play for, so even if he's playing like okay, they might just be like, "We're gonna give Jameis a shot."
Yeah.
Like you're kind of
just like
Justin Fields.
Just what they did with Fields. Yeah,
we're going.
Like, no, you're winning games, but I don't know.
Dude, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson are still sharing a stadium next year.
I know. How funny is that?
That's insane. That just hit me. That
was
was
very
like
funny.
a high. That was like a high moment or something. That was like, wow.
It's like, oh, babies can't drink water.
Babies cannot drink water, Devin. Please remember that. It is insane.
It's very important to know.
And you know what's funny?
No one knows that.
And not
Maybe
to
I'm
like,
stupid.
not to like go too off topic, but I'm absolutely doing that right now. I was watching an older episode, and we were talking about. I'm not gonna go too in depth about it, but it was pregnant women smoking. And I'm immediately like, now obviously, if you're pregnant, you shouldn't smoke.
Yeah.
And you go, well, we're not doctors. Dude, and you go on this like 10-minute Google research of like, are we sure though? Like, is weed bad if you're pregnant? And I'm like, Devin.
Did I really say that?
I'm like, Devin, it's so obvious that no matter the smoke, and you're like, bro, but they're saying some things on the internet. It's not too bad. And I'm like, Devin.
Was this around the time that Krishan Rock?
Yes, that's who we were talking about.
Perfect. Okay.
That's who we're talking about. And you're like, I mean, like, I don't know if it's bad. Like, they say it is. I'm like, Devin, whatever shtick you're playing, please stop.
Drinking's
playing
not
that
that bad.
That's no, yeah. You were like, I don't know. I mean, they say. But you were just, well, it was like that video where it's like a man.
Rock was ripping fucking weed.
Yeah, no, she was rolling up in the club, but it was like that one video of the chick. She's like, a man should never put her hands on a woman. And the guy's like, well, like, that's what you hit. You were well, and it's funny looking back on it now. It's like, with a newborn, it's like, wow. It's like, no, Devin was like really off. It's like they can't even drink water.
Babies can't drink water.
They can't even drink water, Devin. You know what we got though?
That hurts my brain.
Back to the podcast. We do have something. Like I said, we are bringing back. We did a couple years ago on the podcast, but now a little more refined, maybe a little different. We got the road to the Super Bowl. We're gonna go through each team stars that they still have on their team from last season, some moves they made this offseason, I guess some pros and some cons. So, I guess reasons to why, you could up their chance of making the Super Bowl and the opposite.
Yeah.
And then their opponents. I have all of their home and away opponents as well. But we're going to start with the AFC West today, Devin. We're going to go through each division every episode when it obviously when Road to the Super Bowl seems fitting. And we're going to start with the runner-ups to last year's Super Bowl. Obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, Devin. Now, when I just ask you, like off the rip, maybe each team we do this. It's like just like before we go into it at all. It's like when you think Kansas City's road to the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Cheating.
Okay, and that's it. Cheating and cheeseburgers.
Cheating and cheeseburgers.
Cheating and cheeseburgers. Now, okay. The great thing is, that's why we have this segment, because we could have just stopped there and said cheating and cheeseburgers.
True.
And that's it. But, I guess to get a little more into the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, the biggest star in the world, the biggest football player in the NFL, is Patrick Mahomes. Now, the problem is his, off year, or, meh year, was
putting them in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, losing in the Super Bowl with a trash lineup that just kept getting hurt almost every week. Travis Kelce obviously returning. You got Rashee Rice returning from injury.
Yep.
Xavier Worthy, Isaiah Pacheco, Hollywood Brown. If you're however much stock you have in Hollywood at this point.
Maybe Tyreek Hill.
Some people on the other side of the ball, obviously Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, they were able to re-sign Trent McDuffie. They got some boys that are still there. They got some ballers that are still there. Some moves they made. So the Kansas City Chiefs traded away Joe Thuney. That really confused the shit out of me. Now, they did pick up Jalen Moore. I don't know if you're familiar with Kansas City, San Francisco guard. They brought him over to obviously fill that role. So I guess that's okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. They haven't made that many moves. They replaced Joe Thuney, and I guess one of the moves that made me kind of think a little bit was the fact that they decided to keep Juju over D-Hop.
Sure.
I don't want to push any narrative, no matter how I feel about either one of them. But I don't know what that says, if that says anything. It could be something as simple as money, or truly it's how much you value someone like Juju over D-Hop.
I mean, I honestly think it from a production standpoint, I'm not sure how far off there. Juju, for all of who he is, has not been that bad as a Kansas City Chief. And again, I think that they know that they're able to produce with anybody. They don't necessarily need someone like a D-Hop who's aging out and maybe was too much money for them or whatever.
But still, it's just when I think about if you had a lineup of Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and D-Hop.
Yeah.
That's still if you can give me a full healthy season of D-Hop, because I said, it's I still am curious, looking back, what would it look like if D-Hop had an off season, a training camp with Patrick Mahomes.
With Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
It's how different would that? How much different would that look? There is a world where I think it might he might have been a lot more. I don't know. I think it'd be a way different outcome if he had a training camp with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, no, he gets one with El Freaky.
Well, he gets a training camp with Lamar Jackson. So I'm
not that fucking bad.
No, I'm not mad about it, but we'll see. It's just I don't know how much he'll be utilized with Baltimore in comparison to Kansas City. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I think again, like you said, he had a whole training camp with him. He'd be just about wide receiver 1 for that team.
And we're looking at last season because I think if he came into training camp with Patrick Mahomes last year, he would be a Chief going into next season.
Yes.
And it would not be a Juju, which is why it's kind of confusing because it's like you know what Juju can do. Why not try a training camp with D-Hop? It's like
could have been money. I mean,
like
it could have been D-Hop wanting to be a Raven.
Sure, but you fucking had your chance when you were in your prime. You were still in your prime and you had your chance. I mean,
well, who the fuck doesn't want to be a Tennessee Titan, brother?
We got 2 tight ends we're looking at before D-Hop. They got an aged-out Travis Kelce. We got Zay Flowers and Rashad, who we clearly want to be our starting 2 wide receivers. They got Rashee Rice, who's coming back from injury, and Xavier Worthy, who are obviously both going to be put above D-Hop. But fuck, they're a fucking bad tackle from their own quarterback away from being sent to the IR. Or I mean, it's just... And the shit that Xavier Worthy got going on now, he's suing that chick. It's like, who knows if his mind's even in the game right now? It's like, you gotta hope so. You gotta hope so, bro. But in 2025, it's like any off-season shit might just fuck around and ruin your whole season. I mean, it's just it doesn't have to be some bad shit like Deshaun Watson, but it's just just I don't know, whatever. I think off-season shit can obviously affect things, but or off the field shit can affect things. But from what I've said, we talked about the moves they made. Yes, Juju over D-Hop, but to me, I would say their biggest cons or roadblocks, whatever you want to call it, contenders, like Baltimore and Buffalo are just getting better.
Yeah,
it's not like they've made like super stagnant moves or anything this offseason.
Well, yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, they have some reason. They're fairly confident in the younger squad that they're building around Mahomes. I honestly think that Rashee Rice will be very good with a full training camp, a full season.
But that's the thing. Is he coming back? Is he coming back 100% healthy day one?
I don't know.
I know he's healthy. He's going to be healthy for next season, but is he taking limited snaps all summer? It's like I don't, and I could be talking out of my ass, but I truly don't know. I tried looking up his full status, and it was just.
But he had an ACL injury, no?
Yeah. What is that? Was that all it was?
Well, it was. You're gonna get suspended. Then you get injured.
Rashee Rice. What was Rashee Rice's injury? Torn ACL. Okay, yeah. No. Tuesday to repair his LCL as well as his hamstring tendon.
Ooh.
Chiefs underwent surgery on Tuesday to repair his LCL as well as hamstring tendon. Okay, yeah.
This Tuesday?
Thought it was. No, it was whatever Tuesday it was.
Months ago. Gotcha.
But see, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't that sound obviously, like we said earlier, we're not doctors, but I feel like that's a little more tricky. Obviously, I mean, you got in a collision, multiple injuries. I mean, who knows? You might plant that knee and come down with multiple. I don't know. I don't want to. Like I said, I've never really heard of like.
What type of collision are we talking about?
See, that's the thing. Bro's been in some collisions. He's been in some collisions. Cars,
and his mother's a pirate.
Packages at the front door, all types of shit, which is crazy. It's like, just call your son. What are you doing? Stealing Amazon packages. I mean, why?
It's like it's the wildest fucking like.
But I mean, it's like your son's rich. Call your son. What do you?
What do you fucking think you're gonna find in an Amazon package? People spending thousands of dollars on Amazon fucking things.
What, a fucking makeup sponge? I mean,
It was. Lord knows what it fucking was. It was cheap as shit. It was cheap garbage.
Either way, don't take people's packages. But like I said, KFC, shoot me in the face. The AFC is only getting better. The AFC is only getting better for Kansas City. So I mean, it's obviously contenders like I said, Buffalo and Baltimore only getting better. Kelsey's clearly on a decline. And the AFC West itself is upgrading, which we're obviously going to talk about for certain teams. But I will say, if we're going to talk the cons, we got to talk the pros. They know how to win.
Do they?
They know how to win. They're
No.
the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, they're very good at winning.
Oh, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
And it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
So whether you want to take
that's really the only team that we can look at and go, they just know how to do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. However you want to interpret that,
wherever these wins come from, I'm not sure, but they know how to win.
When I say they're the Kansas City Chiefs, you kind of interpret that however you want.
Yeah.
Whether you take that and say, man, that's because they got Patrick Mahomes and they can win with anybody, or man, that's the Chiefs and they know how to win. Man, the refs love to see the Chiefs win. It's whatever, however you want to slice that pie, you could slice it however you want. I mean, you could do it Chuck E. Cheese style. I know you've seen them Chuck E. Cheese pizzas, all fucked up and mangled.
Oh, it's mangled, dude.
It's gross.
You would get that little skinny slice with all the holes in the bottom of it.
With all that being said, their opponents, you got obviously their AFC West opponents, Chargers, Vegas, Denver. But then they're also playing Houston, Indianapolis. This is all at home. Houston, Indianapolis, Philly, Washington, Baltimore, and Detroit.
Ooh.
Those are all the teams going to Kansas City next season.
Ooh.
And then
we get to play. That's sick, dude.
In Kansas City.
That's awesome.
That'd be an interesting primetime game.
That's a cool game.
That's a nice primetime game.
We're gonna lose.
Or the top game for what you want to call it, a 4:00 game if it's in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Have it at 4:00 over here, and it's just the game of the week on Fox or whatever.
Yes.
You could do something like that. Have Tom Brady commentate it, something like that. Who knows? Where he's just
Tom's blowing it in the booth.
And come on, bro. If
look at
Tom,
Edelman's reaction when I said that.
I think Tom would gas up JD more than he would Mahomes.
I've never seen Tom. Has Tom ever commentated a Chiefs game?
A Chiefs game?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, he did the Super Bowl, so
he definitely doesn't. Oh, he did.
So, yeah.
I'm not sure I listened to that though.
Yeah, I would say he's done a Chiefs game, but no, I think has he done a Washington game? That's the question.
Probably.
I would like to go back and see what
we're
he said
typically
about,
on Fox.
I want to go back and see what he said about JD. I'd be interested. No, but y'all are usually on Fox at 1.
Yeah, he's Fox at 4.
He's Fox at 4. He's primetime Fox at 4. So I need to go back and see if he's commentated for y'all. Away games, Dallas, Jacksonville, Giants, Tennessee. I'd say probably the biggest one, Buffalo. They got to go over to Buffalo and play them. Not the crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's split. The division, I don't know how tough the division is truly going to be, but I mean, it could be split 3-3, 4-2, 5-1. I wouldn't be surprised at anything that honestly, no. 5-1, 4-2. They're not going 3-3 in their division.
They're not splitting shit
that
with anybody.
Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Philly all come into Kansas City. I will say they have somewhat of an upper hand being able to play at home, but still, those are four monsters of a team.
Those are toughies.
And it's just if it's a world next season where they beat all 4 of those teams, we're gonna be sitting on this damn podcast going, well, it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. We know that.
They won on a blocked field goal.
So who's playing them? Who from the NFC is playing them in the Super Bowl this year? And it's going to be Week 8.
We volunteer as tribute.
But all right, scale from 1 to 10. We'll combine our 2. Give me your chances for them to make it back to the Super Bowl next year.
Can I do a decimal?
Sure.
9-8.
9-8? 9-8.
There's
Woo. All right. I mean, that's Like, you know what that is, right? That's like that. A 9.8 out of 10.
It's about as high as it gets.
9.8 out of 10. Wow. I almost like don't even want to give mine because I want to bring that average down. But all right. So 9.8 out of 10.
I mean, this is the Chiefs. This is the only team that I would put anywhere this high. Probably the only one with like a solid 9. I mean, I was thinking 9 too, but it's like, who's to say they won't make it back? They had a horrible year this year, and breezed into the fucking Super Bowl. Got moked on, but you know,
Okay.
to make the Super Bowl, sure.
So 9.8.
They've been in the AFC
10.
Championship for the past 6 years?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna go with a clean 8.5. Simple 8.5 out of 10. I'm gonna go solid 8.5.
8.5.
But we're talking 1 out of 32 teams to make it to the Super Bowl next year.
No, we're not.
You gave them a 98%.
No, we're not talking.
You gave them a 98% chance.
Yeah.
You left 2% for all the other AFC teams to make it back to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You left a 2% chance for the Ravens and the Bills to duke it out to make it to the Super Bowl for the AFC.
Each of them get a percentage.
Fucking crazy. That is insane.
And then
Shout
the
out to
Bengals
dog.
get like a.
But no, that's
What did the dog
nuts. No, my dog was over here making noise.
Nice.
So okay, which will bring us to a 9.15 out of 10.
I like
when we
that.
average it out. So
Which is
9
what-
point.
Like I was thinking 9.2.
Yeah, so about a 92. We rounded it up a 92% chance to make it back to the Super Bowl, which is a little bit better than 98, but still Whew. I'm really interested to hear the rest of these, just the rest of all these teams now. Now that I know.
Well, a lot of them are gonna be. Yeah, it does kind of put me in a weird spot for the rest of the AFC teams.
No, it's fine. It's completely okay. Don't even let that cloud any
I'm
judgment.
saying whatever I want.
Say whatever you want, Devin. It's fine. We're
The
talking
Raiders. Now, if you're shit,
about.
like, I'm inclined to give out a few zeros.
Well, okay. Before we get to the Raiders, let's talk the Chargers.
Yes.
I think the Chargers are interesting. I think the Chargers, the more and more I look at the Chargers, besides their, lack of wide receiver pool, I really like the team.
Yeah.
All right, players returning. You got Justin Herbert. You got Bradley Bozeman. You got Khalil Mack. You got Lad McConkey. You got, if he can figure out how to catch, you got Quentin Johnson.
Yep.
You got Joe Alt. You got Denzel Perryman still. They brought in Mike Will. Like we talked about earlier, I guess we'll figure it out. I guess we're going to find out if that's really maybe that's the receiver they wanted. Maybe, look, Devontae is cool. D-Hop's cool. Cooper Kupp is cool. We want Mike Williams.
They want Mike Will. I mean, they honestly, never needed to get rid of him.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was one of DK's top spots.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure DK was I want to go.
Oh no, it was either LA or Pitt.
Yeah, no. He did not want to go to Pittsburgh at all.
Well, no, I think he was between getting traded to LA or Pittsburgh.
Oh, I was gonna say you don't remember his wish list coming out.
Well, his wish list was a warm climate with a for sure quarterback.
Warm climate with a where their quarterback situation is figured out.
Yeah, exactly.
They sent bro to Pittsburgh and Mason Rudolph for now.
But that's the worst. That's not a bad cold place with no quarterback situation to go.
No,
that's the best cold place with no quarterback to go to.
And I'm pretty sure we said this, but no matter what, you're gonna end up playing in bad weather.
Yeah, of course. It's
bad weather is bad.
But
weather.
there's a place you have to live for the majority of the time, all summer.
Boo-hoo, you're rich.
Summer you get nice weather. And whatever.
I don't know. I can't feel bad for you making all that money. It's I gotta live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I gotta put a jacket on. Shut up.
Fucking who?
Nobody who.
They brought over Mekhi Becton. Obviously, they got Conklin at tight end now. Brought over Najee Harris. Defensive side of the ball, Dante Jackson and Benji St. Juste.
Fuck that guy.
Nah, I fuck with it though. If they can figure it out, I mean, you still got Khalil Mack over there. You still got Denzel Perryman over there. I like it. I don't hate it. And still, I mean, Derwin James is an interesting person.
He's just Derwin James, dude.
He's just there. Like I don't really know.
He's there to lay some wood, and then the rest of the time it's just nothing.
But he's probably gonna get burnt at some point.
Yeah.
Now, I guess they're cons. They got to play Kansas City. They're in Kansas City's division. It's the AFC West. They have no reliable wide receiver one.
No.
Mike Williams, don't think you can call him a reliable wide receiver one. Bringing in Ladd, his second year, I don't think you want to make him, your wide receiver one, or I don't think they can even consider him a reliable wide receiver one. And then I guess, see how I named all them defensive guys or whatever, but there's nothing you can really say about the Chargers defense. Even if you just put aside their defense is bad or whatever you want to say, it's they don't really have a defensive identity.
No.
Especially now that Joey Bosa's gone, it's okay, so y'all aren't this team with a crazy pass rush or it's they're kind of just middle of the pack and everything kind of statistically, and I feel like they got that offensive side of the ball rolling right now, and if they can figure out some type of identity on that defensive side of the ball, they'll be pretty scary. I think they're probably the best. They're obviously the best contender in the AFC West to challenge the Chiefs.
Yeah. I do think that the Broncos are a few moves away though from
moves or
being
years.
Close. Huh?
Moves or years?
Maybe years.
I feel like it's years.
I think moves too. They do Sean Payton is their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
They're developing a quarterback. I think they're a decent running back and another decent receiver away from really competing with the Chargers.
I mean, shit, you were kind of on the money for when we talk about them in a few minutes, but yeah. And then I guess, the pros for the Chargers, they have an amazing O-line. If their O-line is not magnificent next season, football makes no sense. Bozeman, Mekhi Becton, Joe Alt, they should have their O-line should be great. Justin Herbert should have absolutely no reason to be even close to being touched next year. It's just hopefully he has a reliable receiver to throw to downfield. It seems like, and this is just obviously all speculation, it seems like they're confident without Bosa. They were okay with Bosa.
They weren't throwing huge numbers at him or please don't leave or whatever.
Right?
Huh?
They released him, if I'm not mistaken. Joey Bosa was released.
Did they?
Yeah, I want to say yeah.
They must have.
I want to say Joey Bosa was released, and it was why was Joey Bosa released? Chargers announced they have released Joey Bosa on Wednesday. Yeah, he was released. So
damn.
To me that's
they definitely asked for it. Yeah.
To me that's a confident move.
Just up and release him and not be we're gonna trade you. Why didn't they trade him?
I don't know. Maybe
they want to give him free will.
You could have signed and traded. You could have signed and traded, bro. But I'm not too sure. And then the biggest thing that I think we'll have to ride with if we're gonna give them any chance to be contenders next season, it's got to be what we have been saying since the first week last season. Give the Chargers an offseason.
Yes.
We have been preaching that for literally 7 months.
The whole year.
The entire season we've been saying give them an offseason.
When Harbaugh came on, it was this is a 2 to 3 year team before they hit their peak.
It was
but
Harbaugh's
then for them to pop off and play well last year, it was all right.
I feel like it's more it's Jim is it's just taking a little more time maybe just takes an offseason for him to make this more of a Jim Harbaugh team.
Yeah.
Because he kind of came in and it was... Because you got to think about it. It's like when we looked at like the move of like getting rid of Gus and JK, it was like, well, why did you do that? Because, well, he didn't, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't make that move, right? That they were there before Jim, right?
What, bringing him on?
Who joined
No,
the Chargers?
it was Jim.
The Chargers signed Jim before, so Jim brought JK and Gus?
Yes.
Okay, so why? Why did he bring them over for a year then and get... Okay, Jim's really confusing me, though.
Well, they just got Najee.
Well, I understand that, but it's because you got... But I'm obviously, all these plans were, I think, in sync. I think it was, we're going to get Najee and we're not going to keep these fuckers. I mean, it's not...
Yeah, and it's like, JK's going to ask for money. Gus probably as well, and both of them are fairly injury prone.
I guess. Then I don't...
Somewhat productive, but I mean,
not but either way, I don't know why it felt like Jim got hired later in the offseason than he
No,
did,
it was, but it was weird because it was like, Jim gets hired and then they bring on fucking his brother's running backs.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. It was a thing where he brought the Ravens Ravens backfield over.
And then Bradley Bozeman, and it's just like, there's a lot of Ravens on that team.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, make the call. Like I said, there's a reason why Deontay Johnson ain't a Charger. It's because Jim went, yo.
I don't know if he'll be on another NFL team.
He will be. He'll end up somewhere. I'm sure. He'll end up somewhere. All right. Obviously, their opponents, quite, fairly similar to Kansas City. They'll be playing Houston, Indianapolis, Philly, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Minnesota, all at home. And their away games, obviously besides their AFC West opponents, they got Jacksonville, Tennessee, Dallas, the New York Giants, and Miami. So it could be pretty sweet that, Jacksonville, Tennessee, who knows how Dallas is going to look even health-wise. I mean, not to put it on them, but there's a history of it. I mean, it's there. The New York Giants, I mean, that's a walk in the park. Miami, I mean...
Probably a walk.
They could end up going 4-1 on the road, minus their AFC West opponents, obviously, but
yeah,
not the worst. They don't have to face Detroit or they don't have to face Baltimore or Buffalo. So I guess that's cool, but they do have to see Philly and Washington. Not as hard as a schedule as Kansas City. I don't think.
Not even close.
Doesn't look like it to me. But if you had to go scale 1 out of 10,
odds of a Super Bowl
chance to make it to the Super Bowl. Where are you putting them?
And this is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, we're not gonna assume they're making a move for Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill is on this team, yeah, I think it might be a little bit different, but
I mean, it's difficult because this is a quarterback who's never won a playoff game?
Justin Herbert, help me out. 2017?
2022, they lost.
Herbert's rookie year.
19, 20.
No, shut up.
They beat y'all in 18 with Phillip Rivers.
2020? Dude, my mind is fucked.
I know.
Justin Herbert's only been in the league since 2020.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, all these fuckers seem like they all got drafted in 2018. I don't know what it is with 2018, but
it was Baker, Mitch, Lamar.
See, but it's like, to me, Baker got drafted 12 fucking years ago.
2016.
Dude, I don't even remember when Baker got drafted. Yeah. He's been in the league forever to me. Forever to me.
It feels like crazy. Herbert's been in the league forever. But no, in 22, they lost to the Jags. I don't think Herbert's ever won a playoff game. But either way, I think they have to get over the hump of winning playoff games. Harbaugh knows how to win. But it's a matter of turning this team, like you said, into a Harbaugh team, not a fucking Chargers wasteland. I don't know where numbers was. It's so weird.
I'm gonna give them. Damn. It's like I'm gonna give them chances to make it to the Super Bowl. The Los Angeles Chargers. 5.8.
Okay, good. I was gonna say 6-1.
6-1. We can go 6-1. I mean, if you can do the math quicker than Google, it'd be appreciated. But 11.9 divided by 2.
595.
595. You're a smart guy. You did it just about the same amount of time as AI. We'll see. We'll train you versus AI and see how you are in a couple years.
I'm not great with quick maths.
So 5.9.
I can beat AI in capitals though.
So a 59 point. That's hilarious. A 59.5% chance to make it to the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they stack up as we go through the rest of the teams over the next couple episodes. All right, let's get them out the way. Vegas.
The Raiders.
Brock, Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins. They still got. They were made the trade for Geno. Made the move for Pete Carroll at head coach. They brought over Jeremy Chin. They brought over Devin White. No wide receivers. This offense sucks.
Yeah.
They have a QB, and they hired a head coach. Those are my pros.
Not a whiff of a running back. Not a whiff of a receiver.
Just draft Genty. Just draft man. Just draft.
Then ruin his fucking career.
Yeah, just draft him. Besides that, obviously opponents, Giants, Dallas, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, Chicago, Houston, Indianapolis, Philly, Washington, the Jets, and all their AFC West opponents. Scale from 0 to 10. What do you got?
It's low, dude.
Dude, it's like so low. I'm trying to figure out what's not a 0.
0.69.
Like what's like to me, like
what
saying
what brings him off of a 0?
Yeah, like a 5% chance, like is too high for me.
You're right. That's a lot of percent.
Like a 5% chance. I don't think there's no way. Like it's almost a decimal.
0.0069.
0.5. A 0.5.
0. Yeah, 0.5.
2%. What about a solid 2%? I think a solid 2%. I mean, it's like
maybe.
Like, let's be real. We're being nice. It's a 0. If we want to be real, if we want to be truly honest with ourselves and the audience and the road to the Super Bowl, just ranking, it's a 0. We're putting a 0. 0 out of 10% chance for a road to the Super Bowl.
Like no hope.
Absolutely no chance to make it to the Super Bowl next year.
Honestly, this might help with betting. People should bet on the Raiders.
There you go. Bet on the Raiders.
Put all your money on the Raiders.
Yeah, and then buy a fucking tent. All right. Denver, the last team of the AFC West. Obviously, the players that will be returning for the Broncos. You got Bo Nix, quarterback. Cortland Sutton. Marvin Mims Jr., Alex Singleton returning from injury, and the current Defensive Player of the Year, PS2. They brought over Evan Ingram.
Is he good?
Is the Defensive Player of the Year good? Yeah, he's better than what Deion Sanders was. Evan Ingram was brought over. Dre Greenlaw was brought over.
Evan
Ingram, tight end?
I know.
Yeah, brought over. Dre Greenlaw brought over. You remember, say this name sounds familiar, another 49er, their safety, Hufanga. They brought over. So that defense, Devin, that defense is going to be nasty. Like I said, Alex Singleton is a great linebacker who only played like 5 games last year, I think. I think it was something low.
Yeah.
but bringing over Hufanga and Greenlaw from the Niners, having the
Greenlaw's big. I like that.
having the reigning defensive player of the year, and they were first in sacks last season. And then another pro, just their line in general, they were third best in sacks allowed. So just their line across the board, amazing. What would be great is if they had a running back behind that amazing O-line.
Running back would be nice. A receiver would be nice.
Like to have an O-line to only give up, more sacks than two teams.
Yeah.
Maybe get a great running back over there. And
utilize your.
You could really cook with that.
Spectacular O-line.
But no, they have a great defense. The defense is going to be fantastic. I'd say the only cons, really, like we said, no run game, and I mean,
just pick up J.K. and Gus. It's weird that they've been packaged together on two teams.
Or one of them. Just pick up
one of them.
Pick up J.K. and
pick
let
up
him cook behind that line. Now, they still got Bo Nix. He's still a young quarterback. It's not. Yeah. They made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I guess out of the pool of young quarterbacks, he's up there in terms of knowing how to win.
But, it wasn't like he had a season where he wowed everybody like Jaden Daniels. He just, I think he handled everything pretty well. Like, kind of did what he was supposed to do. He put his team in a position to beat the Chiefs, except they just decided to get a field goal blocked.
And also, it's like, what were the true expectations going into last year for Bo Nix? I don't want to say they were crazy high.
No, there was nothing. Like it was just about Drake May level. It was like you're a late first round pick.
I mean, was it not like
you don't really expect much? Not late, early.
Was it not like, bro, you spent like 7 years in college? Like,
he was talked about as one of the, I guess, less talented and less impressive prospects, but one of the more pro-ready guys.
Okay.
When it comes to
pro-ready.
That was my thought on him, just because of the time he spent in the SEC, the time he spent
in Oregon,
just in college.
I mean, it's like
compared to just playing at USC.
I mean, he played 80 more games than Anthony Richardson, probably.
At least.
At least.
AR played like 15 games in his fucking entire collegiate career, maybe. That's games he suited up for.
Go down. I was about to say, I don't think Bro started in 15 games.
Oh, he's so strong.
Their opponents, they got Dallas. This is all at home. Dallas, Jacksonville, the Giants, Tennessee, Cincinnati, and Green Bay. Away, they are going to Houston, Indianapolis, Philly, Washington, and the New York Jets. Not the craziest schedule. Green Bay coming to Denver, Cincinnati coming to Denver. That might be a problem, but Jacksonville, the Giants, Tennessee coming to Denver. They get to go play the Colts, which might be a walk in the park. Maybe the Jets, but then they got to go to Washington, Philly, and Houston. I have no clue how good Houston's going to be next year, but
no,
I'm not writing them off, especially, Houston versus Denver. I mean, that's a good game in my eyes.
Yeah.
1 out of 10. Because I do think it's at least a 1.
No, of course. And I think with the Chargers, it was slightly above average.
But, if we're being completely honest, it's like, to me, 1.5 out of 10. It's a cool 15% chance.
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy.
It's very high, actually.
It is. It's almost like 1.2.
Maybe if we just think in percentages. I've been thinking in, out of 10s.
Well, see, I've been thinking in percentage, or out of 10s and just making it the percentage.
Sure.
But no, I mean, to be complete, like I said, we're going to be completely honest, completely transparent. It's probably 1.2. To me, I would give it a 1.2. If you want to go lower, go for it.
I would honestly go higher.
Okay.
You were thinking about giving I almost said Oakland. Vegas, 2%.
Yeah, but then I was like, okay, I wanted to give them something, but then I realized, truly,
2% is a lot.
it's 0.
Yes. I can go 2%. I was willing to go up to 5, but
okay,
2%.
Okay. So what? A whopping 1.75.
Spectacular.
1.75.
Works for me, pal.
1.75. So, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's just a 17% chance, 17.5% chance to make it to the playoffs for Denver. That like seems reasonable.
Yes.
To me, I mean that seems super reasonable.
Wait, no. I was saying 2%.
Oh,
but I'll go 2 out of 10. I'll go 20%.
Not 2 out of 10. Oh well, a 2 out of 10 makes it 2%, or makes it. Oh, yeah, okay.
Makes it 20%.
That was my bad. See, okay. When you said when you said 2%,
yeah, I was getting myself confused.
I actually took 2% and took my 1.5 or took my 1.5 and took my 1.5 out of 10, and then confused the two
with the 2.
So
that's totally fine. I mean, honestly, I think that's closer to what I think Denver has the potential to do. Like, I don't think they're going to make a Super Bowl by any means, but
okay, I'm going 1.5 out of 10.
Fine. Yes, 2.
So 1.75.
Yes.
17% chance.
Yes.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. So, okay, a 17.5% chance for the Denver Broncos to make it to the Super Bowl. A whopping 0% chance for the Raiders to make it to the Super Bowl. 91.5% chance for the Chiefs to make it back to the Super Bowl. And a 59.5% chance for the Chargers to make it to next year's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
No?
I'm not mad at it. I think once I'm curious to see when we do the other teams and how they rank up. I mean, I feel like it almost might be a perfect line of just the real lineup we would make.
Kind of like our MVPs.
Kind of like our MVPs. But all right, Devin. It's time to guess some athletes. I got some.
You know what I just thought of? I'm sorry.
What's that?
I'm still thinking about this baby water thing. Water bottles do they have baby warnings on them that says don't give this to babies? I thought they were there. If they were there, I thought they were there for like swallowing a cap reasons.
Walmart, reverse osmosis. No, nothing about keep away from baby.
That's what I'm saying.
It's recycled. It's 100% recyclable.
Ooh.
But no, I don't see anything about.
It's weird.
It is very odd. But all right, I got some players for you to guess, Devin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some facts. So starting off with this first player, this quarterback was sacked the 7th most times all time. Okay. He has 9 Pro Bowls. He is the only quarterback to throw for 3,000 plus yards and run for 200 plus yards for 7 consecutive seasons.
Damn.
He's top 15 all time in passing yards.
Is that 5?
It's 4. You need the 5th.
Yeah, I think I have a guess.
What's your guess?
Stevie Young.
It is not Steve Young.
Balls.
It is not Steve Young. Want the 5th?
Huh?
You want the 5th?
Yes. I'm trying to think.
He was drafted to the Yankees.
What was the first hint?
Sacked 7th most all time.
Russell Wilson.
No.
What? He was drafted to the Yankees, or no?
I don't know where Russell Wilson was drafted.
He was drafted to the Rangers, I know that.
Yeah.
But he played a spring training game for the Yankees.
Top 15 all time in passing yards, 9 Pro Bowls. Drafted to the Yankees. Sacked.
Warren Moon?
No, not Warren Moon.
Motherfuck. 9
Top.
Pro Bowls is throwing me off because I was thinking like McNabb, but I don't think McNabb has 9 Pro Bowls.
That's a lot of Pro Bowls. 9 Pro Bowls.
Ton of Pro Bowls.
Only quarterback to throw for 3,000 yards or more and run for 200 yards or more 7 consecutive seasons.
Randall Cunningham.
No, it's not Randall Cunningham.
Son of a fuck.
Think a little less mobile.
Yeah, 200 such a fucking.
I was just, maybe to help you out. You're thinking a little too mobile.
A little too mobile.
And I don't think any of them are top 15 in passing yards all time.
No.
Or played enough to get sacked that much, but you know.
No. Who the fuck?
Drafted to the Yankees.
Phillip Rivers?
No.
Drafted to the Yankees.
Come on. You've guessed him multiple times, I want to say. Like, you've guessed him before. You've said him in the past, and it's like, no. It's not him, but that's a name.
Ron Jaworski?
I'm sorry, what?
No, Ron Jaworski. Charles?
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
All right, final guess.
Last guess.
What do you got?
Jim Kelly.
It's John Elway.
Mother of bitch. I don't think I've ever guessed Elway.
Yeah, plenty of times, especially if we go like, if it's like a Steve Young or like.
Yeah, you're right.
You've went back in the. There's times where you go Elway, and I'm like, think more current.
Yeah, you're right.
Elway's a name, so.
Well, I wasn't thinking that far, and then the mobileness threw me off.
Yeah,
because he's not mobile, but he kind of mobile. He's mobile in like the way that like.
But the only reason
hippo's mobile,
like it's the. The only reason it's a stat is because he did it 7 consecutive years.
Yeah,
Running for 200 or more. I mean, but
running for 200 or more is.
But in that time,
chump change.
In that time, though, I mean, when you're doing
scramble damble, that's that old flipperoo.
But you're doing that and throwing for 3,000 or more every year on top of that. I mean, no, it's definitely you were definitely a mobile quarterback. You were definitely at least considered a playmaking quarterback at that time.
You were a 90s real mobile guy. You were the one who told me that his flipperooski was not a touchdown and not a cool play.
What do you mean?
Like when Elway jumped in the air.
I mean, it wasn't
spun the fuck around. Oh, I always thought it was a touchdown.
Oh,
and you're like, dude, he was like on the 10, and I was like, oh shit.
It wasn't a touchdown, but I don't think it. I wouldn't say it's not a cool play.
No, it's a cool play, but it's like just him just jumping and getting
just getting absolutely clobbered.
Yeah, but like you see the picture of him like flying in the air, you're like, holy fuck, what a touchdown!
It's close to the end zone. It looks like bro's about to score.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure it was just for the first down.
Yes.
But all right, next player. This player is tied 4th tallest all time to play in the NFL. He went to Cal University, or the University of Cal? University of Cal? University of Cal? Yeah.
Yes.
University
it's so weird
of
saying Cal. Like, there's so many shortened. University of California.
He went to
Golden Bears.
He went to the University of California.
Yeah.
You're gonna need another one.
I know two players from Cal.
Okay.
Neither of them are that tall.
No, but you're about to know a third. Because he was he has 11 Pro Bowls.
Okay.
He has 11 Pro Bowls.
From Cal. Super tall.
He has a total of 2 receptions for 2 touchdowns.
The fridge.
No.
Damn it. What the heck?
2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Super fucking tall. Folk.
He was the 4th pick in the 1996 draft.
Damn, 96. And he's tall.
11 Pro Bowls.
Dontari Poe.
96?
No, okay.
I don't think you were kidding.
I just want to say his name. I love his name. His name's awesome.
Don Terry. That's just 2 names. It's Don and Terry.
That's so funny, dude.
God. 4th tallest, Cal University, 4th pick in the 96 draft, 11 Pro Bowls, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
Who's big and caught fucking touchdowns?
Well, who would only have 2 catches?
Yeah.
Probably someone that doesn't get the ball thrown to them.
No.
Usually.
First thought was Vrabes, but Vrabes has a ton of touchdowns.
What was important about 96?
Huh?
What was important about 96?
Lockout?
No.
J.O.? J.O. Peasy? How fucking tall is J.O.?
Jonathan Ogden. Super tall. But yeah, Jonathan Ogden.
He must be at least, 6'10", though?
Jonathan Ogden, what was his height?
What was important about 96? Thank you for that.
6'9".
Damn.
He was tall. Jonathan Ogden was a tall man. One of the best.
2 touchdown catches.
One of the best.
Were they from Vinny?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. But he had 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 2 yards. That was
really?
line.
Both on the 1. That's awesome.
All right. Final player. This player has more total rushing yards than Christian McCaffrey, but less than Nick Chubb.
Chubb's got more rushing yards than Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
And John Riggins?
Makes you think. I don't think so.
I was hoping that.
No, I think Riggins has more.
No, I was hoping that this was Riggins.
Oh, no. He has 5 Pro Bowls. He won, well, obviously in his rookie year, he was an Offensive Rookie of the Year winner.
5 Pro Bowls, yards in between people.
Chubb and McCaffrey. He started out at a JUCO.
What the frick?
And he has the most rushing touchdowns in one game.
Ever?
Mm-hmm.
JUCO, 5 probes. What the fuck?
The last one was supposed to give it away.
It was what?
The last one was supposed to give it away.
It was supposed to, if I knew anything about anything. Reggie Bush? No. No?
Come on, you know the answer.
Who has the most touchdowns in a football game? What is it, 6?
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Charles?
No.
Am I stupid?
It was on Christmas.
It's on Christmas? When? You can't tell me when. This year?
No, most rushing touchdowns in a game ever. Offensive Rookie of the Year, 5 Pro Bowls, more yards than McCaffrey, less than Nick Chubb.
Oh, Roy.
Come on.
Dude, I'm swimming in
Dude, the
Nothing.
most rushing touchdowns in a game on Christmas.
What the fuck?
Wow. Wow.
Shady.
No. No.
Frank Gore.
Nope.
LT.
No. Who's way more of like a freaky athlete to run for 6 touchdowns in a game?
This is a freaky athlete?
I mean, Frank Gore.
Yeah, no.
Reggie Bush, yeah, he was good, but did he break that type of record?
Bosif Jackson?
No. Bo don't got more yards than McCaffrey.
Fuck no. I'm fumbling.
You have no clue, do you? You want the answer?
Yeah.
It's Alvin Kamara.
What?
Saints, Christmas Day, 6 touchdowns. Fantasy was going crazy.
You mother of bitch.
That
I
was
forgot
like-
about that.
That was the giveaway. That was supposed to be the
Well, it was
one.
supposed to be, and then it wasn't.
Alvin Kamara. Come on now.
AK
6
41.
rushing touchdowns in one game. That man balled. The man balled.
See, but he's the type of guy who I could see having 6 total touchdowns.
I will be honest with you. Before, like while doing the research, I did go, oh, those were all rushing?
Yeah, exactly.
But once I realized, but once you heard 6, you should have been like, that's Alvin Kamara, because he had the 6 touchdown game on Christmas. But yeah, all right. We played some Guess the Athlete. We gave some teams a road to the Super Bowl and their chances to make next year's Super Bowl. Gators moving on in March Madness. The UFL. Tyreek Hill getting traded. Devin, is there anything else you want to say before you get out of here? Before we get out of here, we're both leaving.
Don't give water to babies.
Don't.
It's fucking awesome. I'm gonna tell everybody that. And they're gonna be like, "Yeah, what are you fucking dumb?" And go, "Yeah."
Oh no, I guarantee you, every 10 people, 8 of them are gonna go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You can't give water
babies
to
don't drink water?
babies." The only people they're gonna know
Until they're 6 months old.
I guarantee you, you go to 10 women, they gotta. If they're not moms, they're gonna be
Every woman.
if they're not a mom, I'm not gonna lie, they might be like,
You're right.
they can't drink water.
Now, I'm gonna quiz some mothers out there, dude. If they're like, dude, babies can definitely drink water, I'm gonna be like, the fuck did you do to your kid? Is that a kid? Is that why I have half Down syndrome?
All right.
Or
We're gonna get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of On It. We are going to be back on Saturday to give more teams a road to the Super Bowl. I guess a little glimpse into the Final Four matchups on Saturday. Maybe Aaron Rodgers picks a team. Who knows? Maybe Aaron Rodgers signs with a team. Probably not. Probably not. We'll have you guess some athletes and whatever else goes on, Devin, we're going to talk about it. With all that being said, it has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday if I haven't said that already. We are out.